Hi, my name is Sean Matea, and I'm going to show you our Steps to Success listing presentation. We've worked on this over many years and have really fine-tuned and perfected it. I think it'll work really well for you as well. It's really easy to keep on your iPad. You can keep it on any other tablet. You can also display it on a laptop as well, however you prefer. But here on an iPad, we just go to our Books application, pulls that right up. Basic cover, if you want to change any imagery in the presentation, very easy to do so. If you want to change any colors, very easy to do so. And we have just a basic logo dropped in. You'll put your company logo in. We first start off with an introduction to the home seller, just talking a little bit about what we're going to talk about. Then we talk about the company. In this page, we're talking nationally and internationally, maybe a large real estate brand like a Keller Williams, a Prudential, a Sotheby's. That's where you could talk about that brokerage strength. Then we talk about the real estate brand locally. We have photos of real estate offices here. You'll drop in your offices, any local information, maybe your smaller boutique brokerage. You want to focus on that, whatever you want to talk about here. Then you drop in your photo and your bio. Here we have sentences. You could do sentences, paragraphs, or bullet points, however you'd like to do that for your bio. We have a second page for that. Here's in bullet points. Maybe you have a team member or an assistant, whoever you want to focus on there. We've got another page here. We've got a closing coordinator and a marketing administrator. If you've got other team members, throw them here. Maybe your broker, whoever you want, anything that's going to help build strength for you and your company. Then basically with this selling steps to success, we break the whole process down into 7 steps. The first step we call the selling consultation. And in the selling consultation, we first talk about agency, talk about how we're going to be their seller's agent, talk about buyer agent, talk about dual agency or limited agency. Then we talk about their needs, what is their motivation, their timing, price consideration, are there anyone else that has to make the decision, communication, just a lot of that. Upfront details. Then we talk about their home's marketability. What will they miss about their home? What will they miss about their location? Favorite things about their home. Just good information that you'll use to help write your text and to also help sell their home. Then a really important part that's often overlooked, we talk about any issues that we need to be aware of. Are there any liens on the property? How much do they owe? Are we close to a short sale? Any encroachments? Is there an HOA? What are the dues? Any litigation with the HOA? All that stuff that maybe we forget to talk about. Then we go on to step 2, which is develop the pricing strategy, and the key word here is strategy. And first thing, what affects their home's market value? We talk about physical characteristics like the home size, the layout, square footage, and the market conditions, things like seasonality of the market, national economic conditions, that sort of thing, things that will affect their home value. Then we talk about using a comparative market analysis. We all know what these are, not all sellers do. We talk about the active listings, the under contracts, the solds, and the expires, and what those mean and how we're going to go through them. Then we talk about how a buyer is not willing to pay any more than they need to. If you have a bunch of homes on the market, a couple are priced reasonable, some high, some low. If you only had time to see 3 homes, what 3 would you go see? So basically we ask them, do they want to sell their home or help sell their neighbor's home? Then here's where they start to understand the theory on pricing. Our goal is to get them to price the home correctly within their market. Then we talk about the risks of pricing too high. You've probably seen this chart before, but if you price too high, you're going to get less people. You price low, you're going to get more people to come see the home. Then we talk about timing, talk about the new on-market listing. When you ever have a new on-market listing, you're going to get some initial interest and activity, and it's going to dwindle off. So you want to make sure you're priced right when you have that activity. This is an awesome chart. This is the problem with testing the market. And the nice thing with the iPad is you can blow up a chart and show it a little bit better. We show how the market value slowly decreases over time, at least in the perception of the buyers, which perception is reality. And then we talk about people testing the market, starting high and then doing a price drop, then waiting, another price drop, another price drop. And eventually they will sell their home for less than if they just start at the right price. This is something we explain to people all the time. but prior to having a chart like this, it's really hard for people to understand it. We think this does a really good job. Then we also talk about why their first offer is often their best offer. Again, another great chart. We talk about new buyers and waiters, deal makers, and bottom feeders. Again, over time, your value is going to slowly digress down, and you want to be priced right so the new buyers and the people waiting for the right home will jump on it. You don't want to wait until the dealers and the bottom feeders become interested once your pricing drops. So now that they have a better understanding about price and how important it is to be priced right, we explain to them, but basically the selling equation is price plus exposure equals sold. And what that leads into is our step 3, to develop the marketing strategy. Again, keyword is strategy here. We want to find out where the buyers find the home they purchase. These are all the numbers from the National Association of Realtors. All the colored items are things that we do as realtors to market their homes, such as marketing to other real estate agents, basically the MLS, internet, yard sign, that sort of thing. And now that we know where buyers come from, we can go to step 4 and implement a customized marketing plan. In our customized marketing plan, the first and foremost thing is photography. Photography is key. We show that how important that is. Here's all those colors again from the pie chart that we were just looking at. And what we show here is how each one of those, the marketing feeds to each one of those. So the photos work for all those, and here's descriptive text. We're actually going to write descriptive text, descriptive headline, information for the agent and the agent's confidential remarks, and just descriptive text explaining the key features of the home. Then we put their home on the MLS. We all know the importance of that, but not many people do. Once a home is on the MLS, most MLSs have agreements with all the third-party providers. So most likely their home is going to be on Trulia and Zillow and Realtor.com and Homes.com. We're going to show them that. Then your company's website. Maybe your company has a great website and does really well. Show that here. Maybe you have a personal website. You could show that here. And with the MLS agreements and the IDX feeds, the VOW feeds, your home's information is going to be on hundreds, if not thousands, of other sites. So other competing agents, other competing brokerages, their home's going to be on all their sites too. So we're going to show them that. If you have any other websites, like a condo.com or luxuryrealestate.com, you can add pages for those as well. We talk about automated email notifications. These are the automated emails that go out to a lot of the people who've signed up for automated search hot lists. A lot of people are doing video tours. If you're doing something like that, you can show that here. Open houses, if you're doing realtor broker tours or if you're doing public open houses, you'll show that here, and you'll just drop in your sign graphic. Flyers or brochures, we have a basic sample here, but if you have a sample of something that you use, just drop ours out, drop yours in, and you're ready to go. Email blast ads, it's a pretty basic graphic. You may not need to change this one, but sending email blast ads out to the rest of your board of realtors. Just listed postcards, if you do those, you can throw your sample in here. And talking about how we're going to respond quickly to all inquiries that come in. And promoting the home to the close, talking about how we're going to continue doing all these marketing efforts until their home closes. We don't stop doing these. Then we go on to step 5, understanding your role, the seller's role. We talk about them getting their home presented properly, their participation, having the home in ready to show condition, being reasonable when we have last minute showings, which in our market we have all the time. And talking about maybe we're going to get a key box and keypad on the door, or if we're going to have a hidden key, just basically a conversation of how we're going to schedule showings. And then we're going to keep them updated on competing homes. In the market, we're going to let them know of new listings, pending sales, and recently closed sales. So they know what's going on in their neighborhood. A lot of your MLSs, you can automate a feed for this, and it's really easy to do. But letting them know that that's going to come and that's valuable information to be watching. We go on to step 6, negotiating the purchase contract. And basically in step 6, we're going to talk about all the things that we go over as agents. Once we receive an offer, it's not that easy. It's not just the price. There's earnest money, there's water rights, there's due diligence, there's financing, there's home warranty, there's a lot of stuff to go over. So we're going to be their guide through that contract review and negotiation process. And that leads us to step 7, managing the transaction through closing. So now that you've got an accepted offer, you've got a deal, you're not sold, you're far from done. This is technically where the rubber hits the road. So we're going to provide seller disclosures, we're going to go through due diligence, the buyer's right to cancel or to resolve objections, any remaining contingencies and financing, and then settlement. Basically, we're going to walk them through quickly what goes through the transaction process and how important it is to have a knowledgeable and professional and experienced realtor as yourself to guide them through all this. And let's get started. That's basically it. So at the very end, now that we've gone through the presentation and we've shown them that we are professionals in our field, that we are experienced and that we are knowledgeable, and that we are going to be looking out for their best interests, now is when you would sit down and talk through the details of timing, when are you going to get started, and specifically price. Now you can lay out your full CMA and your comparables right here at the kitchen table and figure out the exact price you want to start with. But at least at this point you've got some authority and you've established that you are the true professional. So I hope this can work for you. It's very easy for you to modify and change out. And if you have any questions, please give us a call. We're always around. Thanks. Bye.